Oh, hello. Welcome back to the MrBepic channel where we are kicking off the newly rebranded Tuesday Night Lights. It's been on Fridays before, it's been on Mondays before, and now it's on Tuesdays. And of course, we're starting Tuesday Night Lights off with an SEL versus Great Lakes rivalry night. It's gonna be a fun time, and kicking off the show with me, kicking off all of Tuesday Night Lights with me, I got Mr. Dronis. Dronis, my man, back from Alaska. First of all, how was your trip? Second of all, how are you doing?
I mean, Alaska, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful state. I mean, it seems like you're just in a completely different country almost. It's incredible. First time I've been up there, went with some family, and it was amazing. But now back Tuesday Night Lights. I mean, it's fresh. We're here.
Yep.
We have a great night. I mean, it's gonna be a ton of fun, a lot of different casters coming in as usual, a lot of different matchups to be happening, but a beauty to start us off.
Absolutely. Auburn actually playing with a sub tonight. Hums and Dreskel are the two core players on the Auburn roster that if you keep up with my stream you'll be familiar with. But they had some roster issues like an hour ago. So subbing in valiantly for them here is Adrift from East Tennessee. And against Purdue, I really don't know how they're going to fare, because you bring in someone random from a completely different school, you're sacrificing a bit of team chem. But Adrift is a really good player, so this will be the regular Purdue roster, Plain Duck and Enchanted, and like I said, this could be a 4-0, this could be Game 7, I honestly have no idea. So we're starting off in the most chaotic fashion, Drones.
I mean, it's already an interesting match looking at, the Boilermakers of Purdue versus the Tigers of Auburn. It already looks very interesting, but now just throwing Adrift into the mix it's kind of insane, but you know what? That's always sometimes how it goes, and fortunately Adrift was there to make the substitution for Auburn. So we'll see how it plays out. I know I am very excited to see how the Boilermakers fare in this one. I know Auburn, they've been making great leaps kind of in the summer, been making a lot of some great strides on their team. So it'll be interesting to see how they do with Adrift, but I'm excited to get underway.
All right. Away we go with the SEL versus Great Lakes rivalry night number 3. Actually, it's Physix, not Hums and Dreskel. I misspoke earlier. Physix is a former A-team member, and he's played on the team this semester. He's playing in this challenge for Auburn. So I'll show the schedule if you haven't seen it yet. A little bit later, in between games 1 and 2, if I remember. But Lord knows I might not remember. So we'll see the full schedule. Check my Twitter if you don't know it. But at the moment, it is all Purdue on the pitch right now. They have all the pressure on Auburn, which makes sense. I mean, early goings a game when you would expect the team that's more used to playing with one another, and maybe a little bit better on paper as well, to have all the agency. And there you go, they're scoring first as well.
Yeah, Enchanted is a guy who's just so fun to watch, carrying this one all the way downfield. Physix getting bumped by Plain, and then Adrift, no boost to get back around it. So a clean start for Purdue, really just leading the possession game thus far.
And Auburn is going to have to change that. Auburn plus Adrift, which I feel I'm just going to call Auburn for tonight. I trust you all to know that Adrift is subbing in. I expect you all to be either big fans of East Tennessee or big fans of Auburn. But either way, Auburn needing to fix their possession problems. And Dreskel's going to try. It's a nice 50-50. He gets through one and a second as well. A demo on the backside nearly opened up a scoring opportunity, but Duck did respawn and get to the goal line in time to prevent it, though. Auburn, it seems like they're fixing their issues, Dronis.
Yeah, I think that's definitely going to happen more and more as time goes on. As the series progresses, I'm assuming we're going to see Auburn look better and better as a unit, getting used to Adrift on the pitch. Physix, rotating in as well, and Dreskel, kind of being that centerpiece.
Yeah.
For the Tigers in this one, but I'm assuming their offense is going to get stronger. Their possession game, they're going to, work a little bit more on the rotations as time goes on. It's sure to be a great matchup.
Physix in the Cybertruck as well. That went unmentioned throughout the first 2 minutes of gameplay. I respect it. It's the first time I've casted a Cybertruck, so first time for me here. I'll see if he can do anything with it. But it's Adrift and Dreskel combining for a play out. Plain back on the goal line, does well, and Ducks follow up even better to prevent Auburn from immediately putting a good shot on target. Nice bump to prevent a counterattack from Purdue, and we're just back and forth right now, fighting for possession, though Auburn have been in the more difficult defensive positions so far relative to Purdue.
Yeah, they really have. Enchanted has so far been the only Purdue player to put shots on target, but a good bit of pressure surmounting, and it's been tough to stop Enchanted, of course. When he's able to get that time and space, really can become a lethal offensive player. But on the defense, bit of a mistake there as Auburn maybe getting a little bit of freebie here off the back flip.
Well, Drift beats 2 on the near side. Driscoll puts a light shot on. It's a tough ball to get with power on target, considering the angle that he was coming at, and it just froze the defense. So, whatever works for Auburn, I suppose. And they will tie us up with 2 minutes left to play, plus a double demo, but Duck has access to the ball, so hopefully Auburn can recover from taking out 2 Purdue players. And they do. It's control, but Purdue get a shot. That's very nearly on target, though stays out.
A drip, trying to send it back the other way. You get one. Try and add on the second. Keep that momentum going. Try and find yourselves a lead plane. Trying to fake it low, and it works out. We're able to go under Driscoll, and fortunately, Fizik's just left alone at the goal line. Not much you can do, so some high IQ play from Plane.
That's perfect. Because Fizik's expecting just a neutral 50-50 at worst from Driscoll, attacking that ball right there. And instead, Plane placed the dunk rather than the challenge, which gets past both defenders that were in proper position. So, Purdue, they use their brains to get themselves back out in front, and Plane will look to use his mechanics to extend the lead, but Fizik's on the goal line for Auburn does well to keep this game one manageable.
Yeah, in the first half of this game, it's really been Plane on the defensive side. It's been really where he's standing, has had a lot of saves. That one not quite getting recorded for number 4, but he's been looking really solid on the defensive end. Now a mind game gets past 2. Gonna get the shot on Noah Drift even with no boost left. Able to make the save of Plane. Looking very dangerous on the pitch for Purdue.
Drift, good beat right there. He's able to stifle Plane's dangerousness in counterattack mode. But here he goes again, Plane in the offensive zone. He can make highly mechanical plays happen. One of the more viewed clips on my channel is a clip of Plane getting I think it was a flip reset in the Jeep Wrangler in a Monday Night Light show match against UNCC.
Oh,
and he sets up Enchanted to make it 3-1 Purdue. So there you go.
I mean, he just makes it look so easy. Drives down off the sidewall, flicks past 2, bumps a drip, and gives it on a silver platter to Enchanted. So Purdue up by 2 with just 42 left to go.
Look, if Fizik's and Driscoll keep doing stuff like that, Drift's going to message me after this show match and be like, what did you get me into? Because that double commit, both going into the corner, was not good. And Purdue's too good a team not to take advantage of that mistake. So they're going to have to clean it up. Auburn will. That's Purdue playing solid, but I don't feel like they took full advantage of all of their opportunities, and at times got awkward in defense. So we'll see who upgrades their play in Game 2. If Purdue keeps it up, or if Auburn finds a rebound game, if they don't score twice here in the final 10 seconds, which is not looking like they're going to do as Duck and Purdue clear the zone.
Yeah, just a couple of rotational mistakes really from Auburn again. Expecting those to see less of them as the series goes on, but you got to give credit to Purdue when it's due as they do take advantage of those mistakes. Of course, Plane leading the charge all around the field. Enchanted doing well on the offensive end. Very, very typical looking stat sheet for Purdue.
Yeah, it was simple for them. Just don't commit too many mistakes defensively, and then trust yourselves on the offensive side of the ball. So Purdue looking good in Game 2, where Auburn has to recover lest Purdue extend their newly gained series lead. And I forgot to show the schedule, so just a heads up, Indiana Tech and Texas playing next. If you are interested in sticking around for that, anyone watching right now, as Purdue is trying to make quick work of this series. They'll be scoring first in Game 2. They just beat Auburn at every point to that ball.
I mean, they're gonna leave some dents in the posts and crossbars. They were all over it there, and you know, Auburn, eventually the defense is gonna fall through, and that it did. Enchanted being the one to get the final punish for the Boilermakers. 10 seconds gone, they're already finding themselves a lead.
Driscoll's got a little bit of room to work with here. Out of the corner plane, though, takes it all the way. So Driscoll waits downfield for Fizik's pass, and it's to Enchanted to defend the play, which he won't. He'll let Duck take over from there on the near side, though. Duck can't get multiple touches. That gives Adrift some space to work with. He finds Fizix, who chips it back to Adrift, but Enchanted was prepared for that play. Keen defense out of Purdue, and Auburn finds a shot at the end of the play, but it's a bit of a weak one. That one a little bit better, but stopped immediately at the point of contact, though the third try is much better, but too high. Auburn, the opportunity going by the wayside.
Might have another look here. Plane does sweep it away into the corner. Not enough boost to keep it going. Driscoll finds the opening and eventually will walk this one in. It's not a heater. It's not a power shot, but able to just kind of thread through the defense. Plane no touch there. Duck caught out. Enchanted caught out as well. Both with 0 boost, and Driscoll takes it home.
And that description of Driscoll's goal right there sums up how Auburn scored in the previous game as well. It wasn't a heater, didn't have any power on it, but it got through Purdue's defense. There are just these moments where there's a big gap on their back line. Auburn did well to wear down the rotations of the Boilermakers and level us up, but Purdue's response in the last game was what got them that Game 1 win. It just took control of the possession game, kept it, and didn't really relinquish it all that much in the last couple of minutes. So we'll see that happens again, but it's Auburn with the opportunity now. Fizik's an open back wall that Plane will cut down.
You saw a lot of awkwardness between Plane and Enchanted on that last sequence. I mean, Purdue is one of those teams where they can beat great teams. I mean, looking back to, CCS Season 3, where Purdue, they were the 4 seed out of the Midwest, and they ended up eliminating Kansas in that tournament bracket, which was absolutely insane. When this team locks in, they can be so dangerous. Enchanted down to Duck will reclaim the lead, but I think they just need to stay on top of themselves.
I think that does represent what it comes down to for Purdue, because they can have those big wins, but they can find themselves in poor positions as well. That show match I referenced earlier, the UNCC versus Purdue one, they were up 3-1 in that series and let the Niners come back and end up winning that series in Game 7. So it's always a matter of which Purdue shows up, and I think we got the really good Purdue tonight. They look solid at the moment. These plays where they get a little bit of speed and momentum in the offensive zone, they are picking Auburn apart. And another opportunity now, it's going to be a speed play, but Duck was ready for a pass down the field and found a little bit of pressure on the Auburn near post defense, though the Tigers did find it clear.
Handed back down the other way, long shot off the mark, good patience from Driscoll, not able to secure any boost, adrift, good read, good speed. We'll be able to clear it away for a moment, trying to get the offense working. Under halftime here to go. Duck spots an opening, not enough power. Driscoll almost an own goal off the near post, and then Fizik's put it above the crossbar. A little bit scary there for Auburn, but they come out unscathed.
Oh, Auburn still going to get scored on, though. I was going to go down a different path there, but Enchanted changed the narrative real fast. They don't care they missed out on the open nets that their fourth man nearly scored earlier, and just get right back to business. They find the gap on the goal line and find another 3-1 lead. It was the end result in Game 1, and Purdue, another insurance goal, taken to the final 2 minutes of Game 2.
Yeah, Enchanted having 100% goal participation so far in this game. Pretty constant story that we always see. Really seems to be that offensive leader for the Boilermakers. Duck looking for the corner read, can't quite put it on target, and Plane and Enchanted maybe didn't trust him with, as they were kind of far back at the midfield line. A battle there now for possession. Driscoll gets it into the corner, finds a demo. Adrift tees that one off of Duck all the way to the far side. It falls to Enchanted, and Purdue gonna try and head back the other side.
Oh, Drift's been bumped, though. Fizix has no boost. Duck, with the little boost he has, finds a shot that ricochets off the corner of Auburn's net. Purdue still looking dangerous in transition mode, though right now forced to play off the side walls, and Fizik's on the back wall. There's decent defense. It's still sketchy, which that's the Auburn style of Rocket League and has been for several years now. I've watched a lot of Auburn Rocket League, being an alum and involved with the program, and they always like giving you heart attacks. So down by 2 in the final minute, sending one off the crossbar that fits.
Yeah, that crossbar is giving Auburn a lot of trouble so far in this series. Might have had a couple more opportunities if they were able to put them away. Maybe this game could be tied. Isaacs, another chance. Enchanted shuts it down. Another double committed drift, snipes the far corner, and Auburn will be back within one.
Okay, hey, maybe there's something to be said about this newly formed for one night only Auburn team. Adrift getting on the board, his first time of this best of 7, and with 34 seconds left, it is more than possible that Auburn pulls off this comeback, but they've got to stay solid here. There have been gaps in their defensive rotations. It's obvious this is not a trio that is very used to playing with each other for obvious reasons, but even Dreskel and Isaacs, who do go to the same school, I don't think are too used to playing with each other. So I'll have to dig deep here in the final moments of Game 2, and they've got an opportunity now.
Yeah, and it really doesn't help when you're playing a team like Purdue, who they just love to be disruptors. They like to get in the face of their opponents. They like to bump. They like to demo. They like to just put shots on target until the defense crumbles. Now, Plain looking to kill this one. It's kept alive, but Dreskel pushes up just a bit too far. It falls, and Purdue up 2-0 in the series.
Okay, I mean, Purdue did what they had to do to win. Right there. Unfortunately, I would have liked them to keep the ball up on 0 seconds, but they're not being showmen tonight, unfortunately. Just handling business at the moment, which makes sense. Great Lakes, they have yet to outright win a rivalry night with the SEL. The first one we had was 3-1 in favor of the SEL. Second one was 2-2, and then we tied in game differential as well, so no win for really either side. And tonight, Great Lakes, they mean business. They have got good chances to win tonight. And, I mean, Purdue, so far, so good. 2-0 series lead. The end of Game 2 got a little bit hairy, but 14 shots to 6, I think, sums that game up well in favor of the Boilermakers.
Yeah, I think they're just going to keep up that pressure. I'm not expecting them to slow down by any metric, and I think that's exactly what they need to do to win as well. They just kind of need to keep Auburn back on their heels. They need to be that aggressive team that they always have, and Auburn, if they don't speed it up, if they don't match that pace, they might go down in the sweep here.
Isaacs began to turn up field, but collects that ball on top of his Cybertruck, though Enchanted quick to challenge him in his offensive zone. Duck with 30 boost to the corner. The ball past a drift, and Dreskel was awkward at the midfield line, so Auburn has to give up the territory that they just gained and still play the ball a little bit awkwardly on their defensive side. It's sketchy, but they make it work. Adrift finds a big clear.
Now Enchanted off the ceiling, back down to Plain, rolled on target. What a play developed by Purdue. Plain to Enchanted, the give and go from the ceiling. Just a snappy roller on target. Dreskel caught out. Isaacs couldn't get there, and Purdue again take an early lead.
That is extremely impressive car control by Enchanted. To put that ball perfectly in front of Plain is so impressive considering how he was coming off the ceiling right there. And Purdue, in impressive fashion, are once again going to score the first goal of Game 3, picking up right where they left off at the end of Game 2, and just trying to get this series over and done with quickly. Number one on the goal line takes out Isaacs, but Purdue can't immediately put a shot on. Plain gets some space in the corner, but that's all he'll see.
Yeah, Duck just keeping control of that possession. Isaac's not going to let him go easily. The 50 to the far side to drift. Not too happy with the demos coming out from Purdue. Isaac's looking for a solo play. Not able to put that one through the wickets. Enchanted the far side. Goes right by it. Dreskel trying to turn around. Now the pace picking up from both sides. Exchanging possession and offensive control. But no one really able to stay on the ball for too long.
Another pass mid. Purdue using passing plays at the moment to cut down Auburn, though Dreskel was keen to that last play. Duck now off the sidewall, takes a ceiling pinch lightly to the Auburn back wall, and Isaacs and Dreskel look to combine for a clear, but they only get to the midfield line. So Enchanted puts another shot on, and that one is saved by a drift. Who just went for Purdue? It's a 2v1 the other way. Isaacs and Dreskel stopped momentarily. A drift looks for Dreskel across the Purdue box, but even that doesn't connect for Auburn.
Yeah, Enchanted so well known for his offense, but definitely able to step up on that defense too, winning that 2v1 triple commit for the Tigers. Adrift able to get back down to Arena to the sidewall. Dreskel pre-flip all the way downfield. That's going to give Auburn a little bit of time, a little bit of space, but Plain finding more demos. Enchanted tries the mind game. Adrift has possession, looking for 5-6 in the midfield, finds him, shot on target. Plain easily able to deal back into the corner. You like to see the passing play starting to develop from Auburn, but just not able to have enough. Another double commit. Enchanted looking to take it all the way home. That he does. Finishes it with a reset.
That's clean. 5-6 to Dreskel. They both go for that ball. Enchanted doesn't matter. He doesn't care that the double commit tried to stop the beginning of his solo play. He takes it over Adrift, who was being harassed by other Purdue members, and the Boilermakers find themselves another 2-goal lead, now in 3 consecutive games. So it's up to Auburn in the waning moments of Game 3 to once again find a way back, and we'll see if they can do it, but they gotta play together just a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, it's something we, expected that the teamwork wasn't going to be on Plain with, the main Auburn roster. But speaking of Plain, he's able to put one away here. Dreskel, just a big miss, and Plain, just a quick flick on target, makes it nice and simple. Purdue up 3, still taking advantage of all these mistakes.
2 minutes left. I keep holding out hope that the mistakes will dissolve from Auburn's game, but Purdue, I'm certain, not wishing the same, as they are doing so well to punish those openings that are being created in the Auburn zone by the Auburn defense. And Enchanted trying to create some more space, sets up Duck for a great opportunity on target that is saved by 5-6 and cleared away by the Auburn defense. 100 seconds left here in Game 3, and you really feel like this is a must-win for Auburn.
Yeah, they need to find some way to claw their way back into this one. Otherwise, Purdue, they're just going to be, sitting in the driver's seat more than comfortable enough. They'll have 4 chances to just take this series, and I don't think they're going to let that go too easily. 5-6, again, you like to see the attempts on the passing plays there, but a little bit just too obvious on where he was going to go. It's intercepted. Adrift, big 50 into the back wall. Duck trying to get it safely to Enchanted. That he does. Dreskel, no boost on the 50. Still evened out. Another evened out 50. Enchanted cuts it down low. 50 after 50 happening in this one spot. Eventually, Purdue will escape, and time just seems to be ticking down so quick.
That's a nice start to a play by Dreskel, but Plain fields the ball on his goal line, gets Duck to clear the zone, and Auburn, try as they might, cannot generate even a first goal out of the 3 they need in the next 40 seconds. Purdue find a way out, find a center ball. Is there a shot? Not quite. Good read by Dreskel to get in the passing lane, but Auburn is still struggling to play offense, and it's looking like a reverse sweep is necessary as Purdue have full boost tanks, full control of the ball, and time completely on their side. The Boilermakers in a very good position right now.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's enough time at all for Auburn. 5-6. Demo shot from Adrift, saved wide. Another demo from Dreskel, but time will expire here in Game 3. Purdue, a very clean look so far in this series. Now just looking for one more to finish it.
Yep, and every game so far, Purdue's scored 3 goals. Their offense operating at a level, I think, consistent with how we know they can play against a team that is leaving them openings like Auburn is. And then on the back line, it gets scary sometimes, but Purdue is so much better at playing in tight quarters on the goal line than Auburn is at the moment, which makes sense given the Tiger situation. Purdue really flexing that team chemistry that they've been building up over the last year, and I think Enchanted and Duck been playing together for over a year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know for certain on that, but the team chemistry is very obviously there for Purdue at the moment, and so far doing a very good job propelling them to victory. Just need one more game.
Yeah, absolutely, and I mean, they're starting to play bully ball as well. I mean, that last game, Plain was 1 demo short of the executioner. He had 6 in that game against Auburn. So, and again, they were leading for almost all, they had a multiple goal deficit for almost all of that game. And Plain, just zero remorse, zero mercy, did not care, just kept demoing. And Auburn, not able to really not able to really respond. We were hoping it was going to happen maybe in game 2, you know, see a slow start in game 1, then start to propel yourselves forward, but really haven't been up to that task. Playing a huge low 50, plays it down under Dreskel and Purdue. Same story as always, getting things started early.
Well, Dreskel, one of the newest members of the Auburn A team, he's getting some hard lessons tonight. Purdue are out 50ing him at a lot of different turns in this best of 7 so far. Now Plain's got access to the net again. He put the shot way off to the side. Bit of a miscue right there, but Purdue is still going to claim possession and nearly an enchanted double tap to make it 2-0, though that won't quite come to fruition, so they try again, find the top left corner of the net, and make it a 2-goal lead.
And I think even Duck was surprised that this one it went in. Plain actually pre-jumped Dreskel, missed, and Duck just kind of went and shot it. And to his surprise, there was no one really back. Isaacson and Drift kind of both started pushing forward, no one able to reach it. So then the first minute already 2-goal lead for the Boilermakers. At what point, Bepic, do you think they just try to start styling on the Tigers?
I think they've already started styling just a little bit. I mean, the passing plays last game were pretty cool, and right here, I mean, Enchanted
oh no
has just styled on the Auburn defense. He hesitated just a little bit after a drift and Dreskel go, and that was enough to confuse Physics in a drift, and it's 3-0. Purdue's doing well.
Yeah, I think they can't be happier than they are right now. They're doing everything right. Auburn, I mean, of course, having a drift, we knew it was going to be a real interesting dynamic for this team, but haven't quite been up to the task. Maybe not what they hoped as well. Drift, nice save there. Now a 3v1, but Dreskel just kind of drives right at Plain. Was able to take it away initially, duck off the ceiling. Adrift and Enchanted both go, neither actually make contact. Enchanted around 1, Duck just playing keep away. Another shot, bit of a good angle there, able to make it work. Adrift sends it straight down, and Auburn, you just get the sense that they're still in survival mode while Purdue are cruising.
That is what it feels like. At the very least, Auburn still trying to piece together plays. Dreskel is looking towards Physics here. Comes off the back wall, but Duck is all over that. Now the Hunter Boost has to get back for a save, and he climbs the ladder all the way to the crossbar to make a good block. Put a shot nearly over Physics' head, but Physics gets a save, Adrift a follow-up block, and Plain will slow play and is punished for that. Double commit now on Purdue's end. Gives Dreskel some room here. Plays is fast enough, had a little bit of room in offense, but Plain did well to get back quick.
Yeah, Plain was off the ceiling there again. Just no remorse from this guy. Duck looking for a huge read, not able to make it work. Plain last back, only a pad in the tank, just faking the challenge early against Dreskel. Just no fear. Even if, you know, Purdue concedes 1, I think they're going to still be very, very confident. Duck playing this one over Dreskel, gets bumped off the double, and almost an own goal coming through, but it eventually works out for Auburn. I think they're just looking for 1 here in game number 4.
That's a good poke mid. Adrift slows down the counterattack, and Dreskel plays it further back, forcing a double commit, so that works out. Purdue, I don't think it matters, but they have been double committing quite a bit in offense in the last couple of minutes, though they've kept possession on a couple of those doubles, so no harm done. Adrift gonna beg a clear all the way to the Purdue end, and get a little bit of space for Physics and Dreskel, but the Boilermakers still all over these shooting and passing lanes.
And now Duck, low pre-jump there, still able to find a touch. Physics in the back goal might have a double here, but a double commit from Duck and Enchanted to make the save, making sure that play got shut down. 75 seconds left on the clock. Plain to Duck, just musting that one into the corner. You can tell Purdue are having fun. Enchanted mind game devil from Plain, but coming sweeping back was Dreskel to make the stop. So final minute at hand. Purdue, it looks like they've done enough.
Well, Adrift takes a shot and Duck shuts it down. I think I'm with you, Dronis. Purdue looking to start off on the right foot for the Great Lakes. And I think in all 3 SEL versus Great Lakes nights, the night has started off with a 4-0 for the Great Lakes, or a 4-0 in general. I'll have to check up on that in between Series 1 and Series 2, which that break should be coming up in just a second. It's looking like it's going to be a bit of an extended one. So all of you watching right now will get some fun memories of Monday Night Lights playing during the break. Nearly 4 made by Purdue, but a bit of a miscue there, as I think it was Plain that missed out on that shot. Either way, I don't think it matters too much.
Yeah, he just tried to poke it on target and ended up just going right by. But yeah, when you're up 3-0, less than 10 seconds left to go, you don't really mind, especially as the series will come to a close. Driscoll getting one for the road for Auburn. You know what? Leaving on a high note. They're going to get one, but Purdue take the series in 4.
Last goal wins, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, Auburn is your winner of the first series of the SEL versus Great Lakes Showmatch night. But either way, Purdue looking strong. I don't think there's much to say about that series. Thank you to Adrift for subbing in on such short notice, and shout out to the Auburn boys for putting up a fight. But Purdue, I think, was the favorites regardless of who played for Auburn tonight. They're looking quite good going into this upcoming season. I'm excited to watch them in CCS and CRL, whatever they're playing in, Great Lakes. They're going to be a fun team to watch.
Yeah, no, absolutely. They definitely were the favorites, but they also lived up to it. That's not always easy to do in these situations. You know, you have a team that you're the favorites against, maybe get in your own heads, but Purdue, they looked confident in themselves. They really ran the pitch, and that's exactly what you love to see. You know, same as you, I'm very excited to see how they compete. Definitely interested to see how they do in CCS Season 4. You know, the Big Ten always so dangerous in CCS, so we'll see how they kind of come out of that group stage.
Yeah, the Big Ten is going to be extremely dangerous. I can't wait to watch. But hey, they've beaten Kansas before. They can pull off upsets in their own conference as well.
They can do anything.
But here's the schedule for tonight. Forgot to show it off earlier. Next up at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Central, which is in about 30 minutes from now, thanks to Purdue making quick work of that first series. Indiana Tech taking on Texas. The Longhorns flexing a new third. KJ getting bumped up from the sub position to the starting position alongside Aviator and Benda. Should be a fun match tonight. And then after that, the prime time series, UTK Esports versus Michigan State, Op-Bomb versus Taibu, plus the rest of the absolutely stacked rosters that the Volunteers and the Spartans are bringing to Tuesday Night Lights. And then to cap things off, Buds at GSU flexing a new third versus Nichols College, a staple of the CRL scene. It's going to be a fantastic night. Jonas, you got any of those series marked down to tune back in for?
I mean, the UTK Michigan State series, absolutely. You cannot miss that one. That is going to be an absolutely incredible matchup. Two juggernauts really going head-to-head right here on MrBepic Stream. It's going to be incredible to watch.
All right. Short break. Okay, fine. Long break on our first night of Tuesday Night Lights. I'll play some highlights from old MNL Showmatch evenings in the meantime, but I'm looking forward to our next series, Texas versus Indiana Tech, in about 30 minutes time. Stick around. It's going to be a great night of Tuesday Night Lights. See you in a bit.